Hello everybody and welcome to my YouTube channel. So I recently went on a trip to Japan. I was there for about 10 days and we went to Tokyo, Kyoto, and Osaka. I wasn't able to get much vlogging footage just because of the nature of our trip, and it was kind of a personal thing that I wanted to experience for myself instead of constantly thinking about the best framing or what I wanted to record and how I wanted the vlog to look. So I ultimately decided that in order to bring you guys towards the trip, I would film a haul, because one thing we did do was spend a lot of money. So I will be showing you everything that we bought in Japan. I'm going to break down the video into categories, so fashion, skincare, and then anime and manga merch and souvenirs in general. So yeah, stay tuned. Okay, so we'll start off with the fashion category. I actually didn't buy as many clothing items as I was anticipating to. I think the issue for that was that we went to a lot of boutiques, and boutiques are expensive. While the clothes looked really cool, I also couldn't see myself wearing them in the place that I live. That's actually the other thing, is that we did go in the fall and winter time, and I live in a very tropical place where I don't wear long sleeve sweaters very often, so I don't like to buy them just for them to sit in my closet for the one day a year that it gets cold enough to wear it. So anyways, I ended up not buying that many things, so we'll go through them still. The first thing, we went to GU, which is Uniqlo, but the sister brand, so it honestly is more geared towards younger people. So I think personally the styles that it presents are more of my cup of tea versus Uniqlo. But anyways, so I bought two things at GU. The first thing are these jeans. They are called barrel leg jeans. So they have a big flare at the bottom. I really liked the way these fit. So I think in another life I might have went back and got a second pair in a different color, but for now I just have this dark wash pair. I don't actually have any dark wash jeans, so this worked out well for me. And the second thing we got from GU was this moon bag type of thing. I know Uniqlo has the smaller moon bag that is comparable to a purse, but this is more of a bag that you can put a lot of things in, a laptop or an iPad or something. So I'll definitely be using it for that purpose because it has the same style as the moon bag, which is my favorite thing in the world. But it was really funny because we bought this on one day and then we went back for the jeans. So because I bought them separately, I couldn't get the tax-free. You need to spend over it's 5,500 yen to get tax-free, which in my brain I was just telling myself over $50 USD. So for the sake of convenience, I will be saying $50 in this video, but it is 5,500 yen that you have to spend. But anyways, because we didn't buy them together, we didn't get tax-free on them. But it actually worked out because the other thing about tax-free is that you're not supposed to use the items while you're in Japan. And that usually applies to the consumable items such as candies and stuff. But I didn't want to test my luck. I'm very scared of customs and immigration. So I try not to push my luck with them. So I did not use anything I bought with tax-free, despite whether it was a consumable or not. But anyways, the point is, we bought these outside of tax-free, which meant that we used them throughout the trip, the bag and the jeans. The next thing, we went to Harajuku, and this is the place where I went to a lot of the boutiques and realized that it was very expensive and also super stylistic, so I wasn't going to buy anything, but I did really enjoy looking around. But I did buy one, I went to one shop and spent money at it, and it was a sock shop. So I got these socks. They are mesh at the top, but then from the ankle down is a regular sock. And I have these pair of socks that are mesh, but they got holes in them. So this was kind of me trying to replace them. The only difference is that those socks that I have don't have this ruffle at the top, which gives it a cutesy vibe, which is interesting. So we'll see how I end up styling these socks. The second pair of socks are these just plain white ones, but the way it was styled on the mannequin was these had the loose sock type of look. So not the full leg warmer, but just stacked, which I kind of like that look a little more than leg warmers. Sometimes I feel leg warmers are really a lot. Also, again, I live in a tropical place and leg warmers can be hot. So like the loose sock stacking look is more of something that is like practical for my life. And then to completely like overwrite what I just said, I bought a pair of like more of the leg warmer style that do the same thing where it stacks. So we'll see how I end up styling these socks, because I also don't usually dress in the way that would warrant using leg warmers, but I'm trying to expand my style palette, and I feel like this is a small step in the right direction. And the last fashion item I got were the Onitsuka Tiger. We went to the shoe store. I feel like a lot of people end up going there when they're in Japan and they're spending money. So I got this like navy blue and cream colorway of the shoe. I think this one is called the Mexico 66s. I originally thought the Mexico 66 was the colorway, and then I googled it and I realized that was the name of the style, not the colorway. So, boom. I don't have much to say. I really wanted like a lighter weight, like kind of beater shoe, and now I kind of regret not buying two of them so that I could have one that was like a regular shoe and one that could be a beater shoe. So we'll see what I end up doing with these. Maybe they become my beater shoes. Hopefully not. But they are super lightweight, by the way. I was not expecting them to be super... They feel like nothing on my foot, which is... Like, I mean, obviously they have, I guess, some level of support. Not like a whole bunch, but like it feels like nothing on my foot. One more fashion item. This is like really random, but I got these Nike wristbands. There are sometimes I'm putting together outfits and I'm like, wow, I wish I had two things to put on my wrists. So hopefully this will like satiate that for some of the outfits. I also remember, like, kind of a tangent, but we were supposed to do a cover of Air Force One by Odd Eye Circle, and we were going to wear the like pink and white outfits, and I was going to be Chetty, and she was wearing wristbands, and I was going to buy them for the cover, and we ended up not doing the cover, so then I ended up not buying it. So I feel like this is me manifesting that someday I will be able to cover Odd Eye Circle just like the prophecy foretold. And that is all for the fashion things. Moving on to the skincare / beauty section. Again, I didn't buy that many things. Sometimes it's hard for me as a non-Asian person with like especially non-Asian features to buy Asian makeup, because it doesn't, like, I don't do my makeup in that style frequently. So I feel like the products that are offered to me don't really work for me. So I end up not buying much. But skincare, I can rock with. Skin is skin. And then hair care, I also, again, for obvious reasons, like I don't have Asian style hair, so I don't use their hair products. Anyways, yeah, let's get into it. Okay. I know I just said that, all of those words, but I did buy this hair oil that I saw on TikTok. I needed a new hair oil anyways, so I figured I could just get this one. It is the And Honey Moist Shine Hair Oil. That's it. Don't have much to say. I'm not a beauty influencer. I got this scalp scrubber device to scrub my scalp. I got an eyelash curler because I needed a new one. The one I have was looking a little crusty. I got this, how do you call it? Skin tag removal thing for my mom. Is this TMI? No. Skin tags. They're common. Everyone gets them, especially when you're older. Right? So I got this for her. Cool. And then I got a singular lipstick. This is like in a like dark red-ish color. That's the other thing, is I feel like a lot of Asian makeup is like more pinky and reddy, and I don't really wear pink. It's more pink that I don't wear. Red I can get behind, but pink I cannot. So I got this red one. And then the last skincare thing I got is this pack of sunscreen. I wanted one, but I couldn't find one, so I just bought the pack of 3 because, you know, I do wear sunscreen, and you can't go wrong with more sunscreen, right? So yeah, those are all the things I bought for the beauty hair care, skincare section. Okay, so for souvenirs, this is gonna be mostly stuff I bought for my family, but I have a magnet collection personally. So every city or place I go to, I get a magnet to commemorate it, and I have it on my fridge, and it's so cute. So I got 2 magnets for Japan. It's supposed to be one to signify Osaka, one to signify Tokyo, because those were the 2 cities we actually stayed in. So I got this one for Japan. I mean, this one, sorry. It says Japan. It's supposed to signify Osaka because the other one says Tokyo. Okay, cool. Boom. Japan. This one's really pretty. And then this one is the Tokyo one. Just the, like, bridge. Okay, so for trinkets, I got this. One of these little, like, lucky cat things. And he waves his little hand, and he's kind of cute. I got him for my grandmother, so that she can have a trinket on her dresser. And then I got this sword keychain for my father. And it's swords. You can put it in the sheath, and then you can take it out. And it's kind of cool. I feel like he would think this is really cool. I'll let you know, I guess. And then for my mom, I got her this keychain. Because there was not very many, like, girlier ones, so I got this keychain for her. And then I also usually get my parents a shot glass. And I didn't really think about this too hard because I usually get them one shot glass to share. But I got a My Melody one for them. So I guess this is also for my mother. Sorry, everyone else in my family. I bought most things. My mother got the most gifts off of this trip. So, yeah, those are all the little, like, Japan, Tokyo type of souvenir things that I bought. Next, we have the merch, anime manga merch section of the video. We're going to separate that into its own categories. So we're going to have a Pokemon category and an everything else category because I went to 2 Pokemon centers and got things at both of them. In addition to that, at Don Quixote, they had more Pokemon things. So I bought so many Pokemon things. So let's talk about it. I guess we'll start with the plushies. So I got this Poplio. We actually got this one at Mandarake because my boyfriend was buying something else, and I was looking around while he was looking at his one thing, and I was like, I kind of need this guy. Look at him. He's literally saying hello. He's in a constant state of greeting. Say hello to him. He's so cute. I don't even like Poplio. I like Poplio. He's my favorite of that generation, but would I say he's my favorite water starter? Not really. But he's literally saying hello, so how could I resist? Anyways, that's number 1. Number 2 is Sphere, okay? It is a sphere. He's literally a ball. Again, how could you resist? He's so cute. I bought this one at Don Quixote, which was really ironic because we went to Pokemon Center number 1, Don Quixote, and then Pokemon Center number 2. And when we were at Don Quixote, I was like, the first one didn't have a Sphere, but how much you want to bet we're going to go to the second one, and there's going to be a Sphere there that I like more than this one. And wouldn't you know there was? But, you know, I like Sphere. Again, it's a sphere. How could you not like a circle? But I don't like him enough to get 2 of him. So I stuck with my gut. Well, I stuck with my previous purchase, so I kept this one. And he is very cute and circular. Yes. The last one I got, which is something you will see a lot in this haul, is I got this Pommy. He is flat. He sits on a flat surface. He does not stand up. He's laying down. And he's surprised. He has a very velvety texture. The story about him. Maybe I should tell the story about him later, okay? So don't forget about him, okay? How could you forget? He's so cute. Next, I'll just go through miscellaneous items, I guess. So I got this, like, nano block Umbreon. I've started a collection of all the evolutions. I currently have Sylveon, Espeon, and Jolteon on my shelf. Pretty sure I have Vaporeon I haven't built yet. So, like, I'm on the hunt for all of the evolutions so I can have all of them set out. And there's certain things where I was like, let me not buy too many of these items because I know I can get them in America because I've been getting them in America, such as these. So I only got 1. And then we got blind boxes. we've been really into these blind boxes lately. I didn't know they made like Pokemon little figurine blind boxes. So the one we got this one matching, I believe. So he likes Jirachi a lot, so I was like, oh my god, it has Jirachi. But also, it has Chandelure, which is one of my faves, and I also like Sylveon a lot. So, and I like Dragonair. And he likes Whimsicott. So, you know, we were really in the money, so we both got this one. But my pull was the Sableye Pikachu. The one I did not mention on the box is the one I got. Just my luck. So I'm rolling with that. I don't hate them. They're just not my favorite. The second one I only got this one because I really like these guys, the Pika clones. So it has all the, like, I can't lose. It has all the Pika clones ever. I really like Plusle Minun. I like Palmy. And I like Emolga. So those were like the three I was aiming for. So let's remember who I got. I do remember, but I'm gonna pretend I don't for the video. Yes. I got Pachirisu, which is definitely the least offensive. If I got like, I think Morpeko and Dedenne was like, Morpeko and Dedenne and Pikachu were my least favorites. I would say Pachirisu is like my fourth favorite on the box, so that's not like the worst luck in the world, but we could have done better. I'm really considering going online and finding this blind box and buying maybe one more. I was considering buying one more while we were there, but I was like, stop. How much Palmy merch could a girl own? I guess you're about to find out. In terms of other items I bought at the Pokemon Center, I bought this washcloth? Small rag. It has Palmy's face on it though. So I got a Palmy washcloth. I got this pouch that I'm probably going to use as a Nintendo Switch case. It says you can also use it as like a water bottle holder or a place to put like your hair products. This is like a hair straightener and a brush. But hey, it has Palmy's face on it. So I actually might use this to like hold my makeup, like when I'm traveling. That could be good. I think that's a good idea. But hey, it has Palmy's face on it. And then I bought 3 pairs of socks. I bought this one. Hey, it has Palmy's face on it. The face is on the ankle part, and then on the like bottom of the sock, it has Palmy's name in Japanese and also his little Pokedex number. Palmy. And then in Harajuku, I bought these ones. So we went to Harajuku before we went to the Pokemon Center. I swear to God, I thought I bought Palmot socks. I swear it had Palmot's face on it. So when I opened all these things to see that I had bought 2 Palmy socks, I was very... I don't know how I felt. Excited? Yeah. You know, I'll use the word excited. I'm not even disappointed. I'm pleased. Pleasantly surprised. Yeah. So, I got fuzzy Palmy socks to match my non-fuzzy Palmy socks. And then I got mouse hold socks. So those are all the socks. And the last item I got is one of these like hair bands that you use when you're doing your skincare or whatever. Of Mew. And best believe if they had a Palmy one, I would have bought the Palmy one. But they didn't, so I settled for Mew. I do like Mew a lot, so that works out. So I believe that is everything in the Pokemon category of merch items that I bought. So in terms of other merch, we have quite an assortment of like fandoms. I'm gonna start with the first thing. We went to the Square Enix cafe. I really wanted to do cafe experiences, but I honestly wasn't sure of how to find them and like also which ones that me and my partner both would have wanted to go to because we don't really like all the same things. We like a lot of similar things, but not everything. such as Pokemon We Share and Square Enix. So we went to the Square Enix cafe, which was kind of funny because the cafe was themed for a game that neither of us play. I think it was, I don't know what it was called when I opened this. They gave you these like coasters with like a random character from that game's face on it. Okay, so the game was called Romancing Saga 2. So we got this one and this one. I low-key forgot which one of us got which, but we don't know who these people are. Maybe we'll play the game and find out, and then we can decide who each of us wants. But yeah, so we went to the Square Enix cafe and we got these. To continue on the Square Enix path, I got this small cloud plush. I went to, where was I? I think I was in Orlando. There's like an anime store. Well, it's a K-pop store and an anime store. It's called K-pop in USA. They have like everything. They have a very large selection of anime stuff despite their name. So anyways, we were there and they had these plushies, these ones, of like Cloud, Tifa. Like it was all the Final Fantasy VII guys. And I really liked them, but I wanted to find them for a cheaper price. And I went online and it turns out they also have Final Fantasy X, and I love Final Fantasy X with everything in my heart. So I could never decide who I wanted. But we went to the Square Enix cafe and they have a Square Enix merchandise store. So I found Cloud, and that is fate. That means that I deserved Cloud. And don't get me wrong, I love Cloud. He is my little meow meow. So this was definitely a good choice of fate. So yeah, I have a little Cloud guy. And I'm so excited. He's so cute. I guess I'll talk about this next. So Studio Ghibli, I got these for my friends. For little gifts for them. There are like little paper theaters that you assemble yourself. So I got Kiki's Delivery Service. I got Spirited Away. And I got Howl's Moving Castle. And then again for my friend, I saw this Yona of the Dawn coaster. So I got that. I wasn't sure who her favorite like guy character was, so I just got her Yona because I know she likes Yona as well. I don't know anything about that series, so don't ask me, please. And then manga. I did buy some manga. I really like Chihaya Furu, so I've been trying to like slowly collect all of the Chihaya Furus. I feel like it's kind of a fun journey for me to like go to places and find the next volume. Because my friend went to Seattle and got me the first one, and then I went to New York and I got the second one at Kinokuniya. That's another thing. I don't have a Kinokuniya in my area, so it's just a fun little game to like find the Kinokuniya in the city that I'm in and get the next volume. But I was in Japan, so I went to Book Off. I think I got all these from Book Off. I don't remember. But I got a decent bit. I got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm pretty sure, yeah, so 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, that's not 7. I don't know how to count. Anyways, 8. I'm pretty sure I messed up the 6, 7, 8s. I don't remember how they look in kanji. I'm so sorry. But I know that that must be right. And if it's not, I'll figure it out. And then I bought, this is for my friend as well. He's a really big Blue Locker. So this was like the Liverpool FC and Blue Lock collab cover of Volume 1. He's an Isagi fan as well, so like I thought this was perfect for him. And those are all the manga I bought, because manga is mostly in Japanese. Obviously, we're in Japan, and I don't really collect Japanese manga. The only one that I have is Chihaya Furu. Like, the only series that I plan on collecting in Japanese is Chihaya Furu, so that was basically the only thing I really wanted to buy. We're almost done. So I have a couple more trinkets. These ones are Sanrio. Again, for my friend, I bought these Pom Pom Pudding fluffy socks. She just moved to a very cold place. Bless her heart. She just moved to Boston, which I know people are going to be like, it's not that cold. But unfortunately, we live in a tropical place. So anyways, I hope that this keeps her warm through the winter. And then I bought this Tuxedo Sam keychain for myself. I love Tuxedo Sam. He's so cute. But there's not that much merch of him. So when I saw this, I was like, this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to have a Tuxedo Sam keychain, like, in real life that I bought. So I did that. And then we have 3 more items. So I didn't open this. Ever. I saw that they had this, like, this mermaid melody. This is, like, the little, like, brooch that they use to transform. / like, the place they keep their pearls, because they're, like, princesses or whatever. I'm gonna open it. So I opened it, and I guess I broke it. But I don't think I broke it, because it shouldn't have came apart that easily, but... So, it looks like this. I'm scared to... Okay, I'm not gonna do this on camera. But basically, it's like this. It is like this. This is how it looks closed. And then you can open it. And this is, like, how it looks on the inside. This is, like, the pearl that is, like, a part of their... I don't know. They're princesses, so there's only, like, 7 pearls or something for each of the 7 seas. Okay, yeah. I know y'all really wanted the lore of this. Apparently you can turn it on. I mean, there's an on and off switch. I think if I pull this, and I can turn it on. Oh, it glows! That's so epic. Okay. Boom. So yeah, I got this. This is for Hanon. She's one of the mermaids. Who would have guessed? I like her. She's my favorite one. So they had, like, for the main three girls, they had each of their little things. So I got that little trinket. And then the last thing for this merch category part of the video, I got my goat. It's Caro. I never see anything for him in the States. So when I saw him, I almost just, like, collapsed on the floor. So I bought a little, like, keychain of him so I can rep him everywhere I go all the time. And I got this. Okay, get into it. Caro and Sanrio collab. It's Caro and Caro B, obviously. Who else would Caro be with? And it's an eco bag. So when I go to my little farmer's markets, one farmer's market, I go to single farmer's market. But when I go, I'll have my Caro bag, and I can rep there too. And this is how it looks. It has all the little guys, all, like, Caro's friends, like, all their symbols on the bag, and it's green for Caro himself. Oh, and this is the front. I don't know if that was shown. But yeah, I really like this bag. We actually used this a decent bit while we were there. Okay, I think that is it for the fandom merchandise category, so we can get into the final category of miscellaneous items. It's quite ironic because one might hear miscellaneous and think that that suggests that that category should be smaller than the other ones. However, I just assembled everything and I realized there's so many more things. Every time I think that we're done, there's just so many more things. So I'm just gonna go from left to right on this table of things. So the first thing we have is a matcha whisk. I really like matcha. I liked matcha when I was here, but then I went there and it tasted like more authentic matcha, which I was worried because I know that this is also something we talked about on the trip, is like the sugar consumption in America is like ridiculous. So everything is just so sweet here, and then you go other places and it's not as sweet. So that was something I was worried about with the matcha, because I know matcha is not supposed to be as like sweet and as it is, but I really liked it when we were there. I had matcha drink and matcha ice cream, and it was so fun. So I'm going to be in my matcha era where I whisk it, which is really ironic because we didn't buy matcha. So I'm just going to have to figure that part out. But I got a whisk for it, so whenever we get matcha, there's a whisk for it. So, boom. I bought a K-pop album. I bought Tippy Tap by Kepler. I was surprised at the price. I was expecting, I guess, the albums to be a little cheaper than they are in America, but it was about the same price. But I went all the way to Tower Records to get it. I considered buying Japanese music too, but I'm like, there's less things that it comes with. Like, it's just jewel cases for the most part, so that's not that interesting to me. For the lenticular, I got Yujin. Ooh. Can I make it do the thing? I'm really bad at this, guys. Alright, I'm gonna stop trying. So I got Yujin, trust me. I'm sure you can see that it's Yujin, you just can't see the lenticular part of it. Photo cards, I got Youngun. I should have shown it before I said it. And does it only come with one card? I thought it came with two. I got Youngun for the poster as well. I knew I got more than one Youngun thing. Okay. But yeah, that was my Kepler album. I've been really, really into Kepler lately. We just finished watching Girls Planet. Like, he had never watched it. He's not a K-pop fan. Well, he says he's not a K-pop fan. Don't worry, I'm working on it, guys. But anyways, so he's never seen Girls Planet for obvious reasons. So we watched it, the whole thing. And I don't know if it was super obvious on the channel back when that show was airing, but it was like my entire personality. At least in real life, it was my personality. So it was fun. And I just got really back into Kepler. And then this album, Tippy Tap, with Sync Love and Drip, I think is my other favorite song. Really good. Really strong album. I think Kepler's like so back, personally. Next, we have a Smisky. We only got one Smisky each. I thought that was something we were going to buy a lot more of. So I got the dressing collection, and I got this one where he is pulling his shirt over his head, and he is so small and doing his best. So I love that for him. And then we went to a shrine during a big event, and it was really fun to see like the shrine in action, I guess, versus like just going to the shrine when there's nothing really happening. So anyways, I got this amulet for good, I think it was traffic safety, because Lord knows I need it in these trying times. It is rough out there. Don't drive. Don't drive. But anyways, next I got this dog toy. I should have included this in the other thing. I got this for my dog because he's so cute and he deserves everything in the world. So I got him this octopus. He doesn't typically enjoy this crunchy part, but he's gonna have to make do because that was like the only thing I could find. Last thing before we get into the gachaponss, I went to a yarn store and I bought yarn. I want to like start buying yarn wherever I go so that I can make a thing and that can be like symbolic of the trip. So I bought this like orange and blue gradient cake that I will use to make. They actually had they had a specific thing that was made with this yarn on display, so they gave me the pattern for it. Unfortunately, this is a knitting pattern and I don't know how to knit, but eventually I will learn. That's like part of my New Year's resolution, is to learn how to knit. And when I do, best believe I'll bust out the pattern. I probably shouldn't show this. I feel like this is like classified information. Like they were only going to give it to me if I bought the yarn, so I'll probably like blur that out a little bit. That was one yarn, and then I bought these two mohairs in these like baby blue colors. I really want to get into mohair, so we'll see what I end up making with this. I actually don't really know what I'm gonna make. I just really like the look of mohair, so I did not realize how expensive it was. The yarn was a lot more expensive than I would have like paid for it in America. I feel like I just used cheap yarn though, so we'll see how the quality of these yarns are, and then I might take back those words of it being expensive. But that is the end of all the things I bought. So now we can get into the gachaponss. I have 4 gachaponss here. I did not know I got 4, but apparently I did. The first one was a Dandaran one, because Dandaran is like my shit, and the anime's out right now. I got Turbo Granny. I like Turbo Granny, she's very funny. And I think the ending sequence like did a lot for her PR to me. That's cute. Number 2, I have this one. Apparently. Supposedly. Oh yeah! So we went to the aquarium in Osaka, and they had a gachapon there where you could get like one of the sea creatures. So we got the whale shark. which is like kind of the main draw, I feel like, to the aquarium. It's like the main thing they advertise for. So we were both really excited to get the whale shark. The aquarium was so cool. That's like when I go to a new city, I'm like, where's the nearest aquarium? I need to go to the nearest aquarium. So this one was a Ojamajo Doremi. You could get any of the little like transformation things from any of like the seasons of the anime. So I ended up with the magic stick from Ojamajo Doremi Sharp, the second season, with the flowers. Not my favorite season. My favorite season is Moto or Dokkan. Those two were my favorites. But I like this still. I never see Doremi merch ever. That's one thing I kind of regret not buying more of, honestly, because there was a decent bit. There was more gachaponns of it, but that was like the main one I got. And the last and the final piece of merch, the final thing I bought in Japan, not chronologically, but for this video, is this blue lock keychain. I'm pretty sure this is supposed to be Isagi. He looks like a shoujo protagonist. So I was like, who is this? Like, I guess it's Isagi, because who else would it be? But like, he just looks so shoujo. Not that I'm mad. I love a good shoujo protagonist, but like, so funny. But yeah, that is the end of all the things that I bought in Japan on my first trip to Japan. The verdict of Japan is that I thought it was so raw. But I also, at the same time, feel like I think because of how long I was watching anime for my whole life, I created this like image of Japan in my mind, and I romanticized it like to no end. And I feel like the trip really like brought me back to reality, that like it's not the utopia that they want you to believe it is. And like, I always knew that that was the case. Like, I'm not completely oblivious, but in the back of my mind, I think that there was still a level of like romanticization, especially when it comes to like public transit, like so many food options, like just having like a walkable city, like good public infrastructure is something that I romanticize a lot. But even then, I feel like the rose tinted glasses have definitely like came off when it comes to Japan, which is really good, because that means that when I go again, I won't have expectations, and I can like enjoy it to like an even further extent, because I have a more realistic view of the country. But I really had such a great time, and like I also feel like not focusing on vlogging was really good for the trip, because it allowed me to like experience it in real time. It will be a little sad to not have anything to like look back on, but hopefully this like haul will like memorialize it for me. Let me know if you have been to Japan and what you thought of it as also like an anime fan, because I also feel like the tourism to Japan is so high these days, and it's so interesting to me how many people romanticize Japan without having watched anime either, because I feel like the anime does like contribute to the romanticization a lot, but like I think Japan in general, like regardless of the anime thing, is just like really, people like sensationalize the shit out of that country. So yeah, let me know what you thought when it comes to that topic.
Apparently this is my part. I get a part now. This is so cool. Alright, so you might be wondering why it is that we bought a matcha wisp with no matcha. We actually have a local Asian market nearby us that has pretty good matcha, but we were watching YouTube one day and found out that apparently the plastic ones that you can get locally aren't really as good as the bamboo ones. They did a bunch of whisk tests. It was like a huge, big thing. So we decided we were going to try out the one that we got from there. No idea if this is actually going to work, but, you know, we figured we'd try it. So that's why we got this and no matcha. Getting into my actual section now, what's up? It's good to actually be able to talk to you guys for the first time ever. I also bought things when we were there. I had a great time, ate a lot of food, like a lot of food. But the main thing that I want to get into now is pretty much the extra stuff that all of us bought. I guess I'll start with the Pokemon, because there's a lot of Pokemon to get through. Generally, the first thing I'll start off with is this bath bomb that we picked up. I like all the Pokemon pictured on here. There's Rayquaza, Terapagos, Ceruledge, and this guy, Metagross. And I've never used a bath bomb before, but you put Pokemon on something, people are going to buy it. I'm People. Nice to meet you. So we're going to see how this works out, and we'll report back on which one of these guys we ended up getting, probably at some point in the future. We ended up going to get... Now, this is one of those blind box things that has like a pedestal with a Pokemon on it. This one is all dragons, which I thought was super cool because I like dragons a lot. I think a lot of people do. Comment below if you like dragons. But generally they had like, you know, a Dragonite, a Flygon. There's a lot of options, and with like a Garchomp on the cover, you probably get your hopes up pretty high. I didn't get them. No, I got Goodra. And I like Goodra. Goodra's cool. I'm not going to complain about Goodra. Nothing against Goodra. No Goodra hate in the comments. But, you know, there's some other guys on here I maybe could have wanted a little bit more. So, you know, we get what we get. We don't get upset, but that's the end of this one. Getting the other things that we got. I'm a big fan of Jirachi. I don't know if any of you are big Jirachi lovers, but I ended up getting this towel. And in addition to that, we've been working on, you know, skincare, making sure that we stay on top of everything skincare and healthcare related. So sometimes, you know, you want to feel cute no matter who you are, and I like Jirachi, so we ended up with this. You will never see this on my head, ever. But, you know, it exists, so I like that I got it. Next on our list of things that we bought before, you know, I think this is probably a laying representation of my FOMO, because she picked up like 20 plushies and I decided, like, you know, I want a plushie too, maybe. So I got this Mew. It lays down. It's not sleeping, despite the fact that he's laying. He's constantly like watching you closely. And I don't know how I feel about that, but again, she got a bunch, so I wanted one, so we got this little guy. We have a lot of evolutions just like lying around the house in different places, and we've been trying to collect them all. This is Jolteon, probably my favorite one of all of them outside of Sylveon. He's like, you know, cute little guy. So we picked this one up as well. I think he's pretty cool. I like him a lot, and he will be sitting somewhere on the couch, probably. So next, getting into the Pokemon stuff. I'm a big Ampharos guy. I like Ampharos. If you don't like Ampharos, I don't think we can be friends. I like him a lot. And here he is in all his glory. I'll take him out of the box. I haven't actually taken him out of the plastic yet, because I'm afraid that something's going to happen to him. So we'll see what happens with where he ends up. So she probably showed you one of these. I really like Jirachi, like I said before. I also got one of these, and I was, again, hoping for Jirachi. I actually got another Pokemon that I really like, which was Sylveon. And I haven't put it together yet, so you won't get to see all of it, but generally this is how it looks, and I'm like pretty happy with how it turned out, so I'm sure it'll end up on the desk here at some point. They're also doing a promotion right now. I don't know if I did it properly, but they're giving you, in the actual Pokemon games, clues and like codes, I guess, that you can redeem for some mythical Pokemon. I ended up getting one of these to try my luck. I got a Dusclops. I'm not a big fan of Dusclops. I don't know anyone that's a big fan of Dusclops. If you're like that one Dusclops liker, and you really like the guy I just dropped, say something. So outside of that, in terms of Pokemon things that I like, I'm a really big fan of Necrozma, who is... there you are. I'm a really big fan of Ultra Necrozma, and we got one of these as well. I thought he was pretty cool. And we picked him up. I haven't seen him since Gen 7. I don't think anyone has seen him since Gen 7. But I'm hoping that at some point soon he makes a resurgence. He looks kind of cool. He looks like this. Super cool. I think he's the only one of the figures you could have gotten that was translucent. And I'm sure if you shine a light under it, it'll look really nice. I'm a really big fan of this design, and I hope we see it again soon at some point in the future. They had a number of these kinds of guys, and I thought they were super cool as well. So I ended up picking up another one. This is Zacian. He's a dog. He's got a sword. That's it. That brings us into my next purchase, which you can probably see right over there, getting out of the Pokemon section. That's a Zoid. I actually have one, because I'm not going to pick that guy up, that I can show you. They're like model figures that are kind of similar to Gundams, but usually they look like different types of animals, and I think they're pretty cool. If you're one of the 5 people that knows what this is, congratulations, you're one of a small few. But nobody's really talked about this since I was a kid, and I'm obsessed with them, so I wanted to make sure I got as many as I could while we were over there. The reason I'm not touching the red one over there is because he was made back in 1999, and he's supposed to have a bunch of air pumps and motors on him, but all he really has right now is falling parts. And I want to make sure that before I actually start picking him up and handling him properly, I make sure that I address a lot of that, fix up maybe some of the rotors, replace some of, where the battery goes in, that kind of stuff. And then eventually maybe I'll be able to have him walk again. But right now we're kind of taking it one step at a time with making sure that I don't touch that one too much. Though, in addition to that, also picked up while we were there, this monstrosity. This is a gill dragon. If you are a Zoids fan, you probably know that this is super rare, and I'm pretty sure this might have been the last one they had retailing in Japan, because you can look at this box, it's pretty old, and I'm pretty sure it was sitting in that Mandarake that we found it in for probably close to 15, 20 years at this point. I'm super happy to have picked this up. This is something I never thought that I'd actually get to own, and as somebody who's a really big Zoids fan, I couldn't be happier. Shout out to Lan for this. This is incredible, and I will build this probably when I get a couple more Zoids in. The other thing I got, I'm a big fan of Monster Hunter 2. I'm looking forward to Monster Hunter Wilds. It's going to be coming out in February. So I figured I was going to pick up some Monster Hunter merch there as well. If you know what Monster Hunter is, you've probably seen this guy, Gormagala. He was the flagship for the 4th generation of Monster Hunter. And he looks low-key kind of grotesque. I don't know if you can see him super well. But if you know what he looks like or you look him up, you'll know that he's really a piece of work. I'm not sure where I'm going to find to put him in the house where he's actually going to look, good and mesh with the rest of everything else we've got going on. But I'm really happy to have picked him up because every single store that we went to, they did not have one of these lying around. So I'm sure he's at least kind of rare. So I'm glad that I got him if I got anyone. So I'm not sure if she's shown you the Smiskies. I'm a big fan of the Smiskies too. And I was excited to get a new one, but it turns out I didn't get a new one. This guy, he is exerting himself by lifting something. Right now, nothing. And I think at some point we're going to probably try to trade him in for a different guy because we've got one of him sitting right over there. So now I think it probably makes sense to go into a speed run of all the stuff that I got that wasn't for me. I ended up picking up these one-piece cards for a coworker of mine. Somewhere around here too. I'm hoping it's this one. I guess we're about to find out together. There is a gachapon that I got for one of my coworkers. No, actually, this is Clara from Honkai Star Rail, best daughter. For the members of my family who have more standard names, I was able to get these name tags that say their name, but in Japanese script, and I thought these were super duper cool. They're kanji nameplates. So I got a couple of these for my grandparents, for my mom, because they have more common names than I do. I got this Hello Kitty purse for my coworker's daughter. She's super into Hello Kitty, so I hope to pick something up for her too. I ended up getting this Charizard for one of my best friends so that he could have something from one of the Pokemon centers that we went to. I ended up getting another friend of mine, this gin, which is Roku. I've never had it before, but he likes gin and tonic, so I'm hoping that he's going to be able to get some really good use out of that and kind of meet me halfway on the gin and tonic here. I got my little brother. He really likes Rayquaza. So I got him a shiny Rayquaza because they've been super duper big right now in the Pokemon media. So I wanted to pick this up for him too. In this general area right here, all of these are different healthcare, skincare stuff that I got for my baby sister because she's not a baby anymore. She's not into Pokemon. She's into makeup. So I picked her up as much of that as I could. I have no idea what any of it does. Thank you, Lan, for helping me with that. Hopefully she likes it for Christmas. And then the last thing I've got to show you guys is going to be these two pins. They look kind of similar, but they're from different franchises, Monster Hunter and Pokemon. So I'm going to throw these on one of my jackets, and hopefully it looks decent. We'll see. That's everything I've got from my side. So
that is the end of our Japan haul. What are your thoughts?
It was lit. Had a good time. I was full.
Full?
Yeah. Full of Wagyu. Okay, so let's talk about Wagyu. Okay, I've never actually thought that deep when people say Wagyu because people throw the term around a lot. There is really good meat in Japan that you can get with really nice marbling and a solid fat content that you are not going to get anywhere else that they say Wagyu. Go for the meat. Don't go for me, go for the meat.
What was your favorite part?
About the whole trip?
Don't say the meat.
Other than the meat,
yeah.
I really like the Ferris wheel ride. We did a Ferris wheel ride in Osaka Bay, right next to the aquarium. It was a fantastic time. If you can go, the view's certainly worth it. And it's a really, really, really nice time.
I think my favorite was the Asakusa temple.
That
I
was a
forget
lot
what
of
the
fun.
name of the actual temple was.
We'll
But
find
that
out.
day-
It's going to be down here.
Yeah. That day was really fun. When we got the actually good kebab.
Yes. We went to 4 different kebab places, and it's like I was being punished by the Japanese gods, because the first place we went to was the best place I've ever eaten, pretty much. The second place we went to was good. The third place wasn't it. I'm not even going to talk about the 4th place.
What is one thing that you would improve upon the Japan trip for next Japan trip?
Better shoes. I would definitely wear more comfortable shoes. That was certainly an experience. I bought Chelsea boots for the first time. She looked fly. I looked fly for a while.
I think next time I would probably splurge on the hotels. Because I feel like we went really, really, really cheap on the hotels to a point where the room was literally too small for our suitcases.
Yeah,
And it
just
was
a
a little like claustrophobic. I think next time I would like to kind of splurge more on the hotels.
I agree. I definitely think that's a good place to spend a little bit more if you want to.
All right. Any final words for the audience?
Food was good. Merch was even better. Definitely plan if you're trying to snipe specific things before you get there, because it might be a little bit harder than you think. But overall, just go and try to have a good time. I know we did.
Do you want to plug yourself into my channel?
I suppose. I drown in work a lot. When I'm not doing that, I paint. If you want to check out my stuff, Linktree's down below. Feel free to leave some comments or whatever it is. Follow if you like it.
Okay. Well, it's been so lit to have you on the channel.
Thank you. It's been good to be here.
Yes. Like this video if you like me. Well, I mean, sorry. Like the video if you like both of us. However, subscribe if you like me, because it is my channel. And subscribe to him if you like him.
Yeah.
To his channel. Well,
Exactly.
his accounts.
There we go.
And please expect more content. I promise I'm going to upload at a consistent rate soon. So soon. It's coming, guys. Just wait on it.
Me too. But I'm not making any promises.
Okay. All right. Bye.
Bye.